Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 625.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about cities with the highest job growth and wages. And that's because we, here in the United States, just had the unemployment report come in at a 50-year low. That's right, it was 3.5% in September, and we have not seen an unemployment rate like that since 1969. So this is the time to really get out and look for employment, maybe replace the job you have with a higher wage, because one of the things that I see people struggling with that are having a hard time just getting by is they're not making enough money. And that's not necessarily your fault, but there is opportunity now, especially now that the labor market is a little tighter, for you to get out there and get a higher wage. So if you can give yourself a boost of 20%, 25%, which I think is quite possible in this economy, go out and start looking around for a new job. But it's not just new jobs, it's also the cities that those jobs are in and the professions that we find those in. So we're going to talk about all of that in today's podcast. And I'm going to share with you an article that I found on MarketWatch, and it was written by Quentin Futrell. And it says, the U.S. job market is still strong, but some cities appear to have more pep than others. The top 3 cities for job growth are Boston, up 8.4% year over year in September, with 152,683 open jobs. Philadelphia, up 6.4% over the same period, with 112,692 open jobs. And Atlanta, up 5.5%, with 192,889 open jobs, according to Glassdoor's latest job market report. And this is great because it has a link there to this Glassdoor report. So you can actually look at this market report, check out your area, and get some more information. That compares favorably to an overall growth of 3.5% in jobs annually, with total open jobs nearing 6 million. The increase in worker pay over the past 12 months fell to 2.9% in September from 3.2% according to the latest government figures released Friday. The top cities for pay growth are San Francisco, up 3% on the year, with $73,861 median base pay. Atlanta, also up 3% on the year, with a $56,059 median base pay. And Los Angeles, up 2.8% with a $63,526 median base pay. Warehouse Associates saw the fastest pay growth in September, up 6.3% on the year with a $42,864 median base pay. Glassdoor's analysis is based on millions of online jobs and salaries in major metro areas across the U.S. Unemployment hit a 50-year low of 3.5% in September, according to the government snapshot of the labor market released Friday. The data showed that the economy added 136,000 new jobs last month. Economists polled by MarketWatch had forecast a 150,000 increase. This is the slowest pace of job growth in 4 months as businesses grew more cautious about hiring, but employment gains for August and July revised up by a combined 45,000. Today's growth is a far cry from the blockbuster job market of 2018, said Glassdoor senior economist David Zhao. Growth in job openings slowed to 3.5% in September, continuing a long-running trend of modest growth in 2019. That compares to more than 10% this time last year. Job openings on Glassdoor remain just shy of the 6 million mark, indicating a tight labor market with employers still looking for increasingly scarce workers to fill their open roles, Zhao said. Despite a rocky August with recession chatter near fever pitch, The labor market continues to sustain the economic expansion, the report said. Crucially, the Federal Reserve's decision in September to cut interest rates was in spite of, and not because of, the labor market. Additionally, while the trade war has negatively impacted sectors like manufacturing, consumer spending has been resilient. I just want to pause there and say, if you haven't listened to my podcast about why I'm not expecting a recession anytime soon, I do have it out there, and you can listen to my opinion about all this nonsense chatter about a recession coming. The article goes on to say, the risk, however, is that the latest and forthcoming rounds of tariffs on consumer goods could extend the trade war's impacts to the broader economy, it added. For the time being, Glassdoor data suggests that the labor market is shrugging off trade uncertainty and continuing to plow forward and sustain the economic expansion. Software developers, physical therapists, and physician assistants crop up frequently among the highest paid and fastest growing jobs in every U.S. state, according to a separate analysis by CareerBuilder, a jobs and careers site. The site analyzed government data to project the careers most likely to be lucrative and in demand. Most of these jobs require some level of college education. All right, so I just want to review for a second. It said software developers, physical therapists, and physician assistants are among the highest paid and fastest growing jobs. So if you're in that kind of job category, or you're interested in getting into that kind of a job category, it looks like you have really bright prospects for making more money. The article goes on to say software developers had a median pay of $105,590 per year, or $50.77 per hour last year, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It says there's a higher than average outlook for job growth, up 24% nationwide between 2016 and 2026. Physical therapists had a median pay of $87,930 per year, or $42.27 per hour last year, the BLS said, and also have a higher than average outlook for job growth, a projected 28% increase nationwide between 2016 and 2026. Home health and personal care aides were among the lowest paid and fastest growing jobs in every U.S. state and Washington, D.C., and required a high school diploma or equivalent. The median pay for these jobs was $24,060 per year, or $11.57 per hour, according to the BLS. But the demand for these jobs is projected to increase by 41% between 2016 and 2026. A separate report by the U.S. News & World Report on the best jobs of the year lists software developers as number 1. The position offers flexible hours and remote work opportunities while investing in individuals' personal and professional development. Like data scientists, software developers have a median annual salary of more than $100,000. They're employed in computer systems design, manufacturing, and finance. Physician assistants came in at number 2, followed by dentists at number 3. End of article. So I will put a link to this article in the show notes, but I just wanted to give you an idea of some of the top paying jobs as well as the top cities. Again, in review, top cities for job growth were Boston, Philadelphia, Atlanta, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. So with this tight labor market, you have more negotiating power when you're going in and talking to your boss. You have more power to look for another job, maybe move to a less expensive part of the country where you can buy a house for a lot less but make a lot more money, thereby netting more in your pocket. There's all kinds of strategies that you can do, but you have options. And it's always good to have options and be able to look at what are the different choices that you have. Because sometimes we can feel very much like we're stuck or in a dead-end job, or we have to live in a certain place because this is the only place that has this kind of work. I want you to open your mindset and start thinking about possibilities of where you'd like to live, or maybe where you'd like to retire someday, and start thinking about maybe living there now. You might be able to create a really awesome lifestyle for yourself that you're not experiencing right now because you're living in a very expensive place to live. So I just wanted to run that idea past you. I know on this podcast we have people that are very high income and are making a lot of money, but you also have the ability to maybe downsize where you're living or live in a less expensive area and really upgrade your lifestyle. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be updated as soon as new podcasts are available so you don't miss any of them. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.